Hello and welcome, folks. This is Ragnarok, starting off a brand new campaign as Azhag the Slaughterer and the Bonerattlaz. Alright, so it's been a while since we played some Warhammer 2 on the channel, so I'm looking forward to this. I was tempted to stream the series, but for various reasons I decided not to. I just feel like my audience is not really big enough for streaming yet, but I don't know, I could be mistaken, and if you guys would prefer me to do some streams, just let me know in the comments, and we can maybe transition into doing more streams in the future. But for now, we'll stick with the good old-fashioned Let's Play. I'm not sure how long we're going to play through this, but I mean that a lot of that depends on you guys, and a lot of that depends on how well the campaign goes. Alright, so Greenskins, raise attributes, WOG, call upon additional orc and goblin units to field against enemy forces. This has gotten really strong for a number of various reasons, but we'll definitely try to take advantage of that. The underway, pretty standard stuff for just another army stance. Gives you a little bit more flexibility around the campaign map, and extensive unit roster with aggressive infantry, fast cavalry, and monsters. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. How extensive the unit roster is. I mean, it definitely has some good infantry. Fast cavalry, sure, I guess, but very lackluster cavalry. Especially the fast ones are pretty much useless. And monsters, they do have the Ragnarok spiders, which are kind of a little bit of their saving grace. But yeah, we'll see what we can do with these guys. So as far as the Bonerattlers go, suitable climate is temperate. Diplomatic relations plus 40 with vampire counts and Archon. The black, well, because of our initial starting position, this will be somewhat helpful. However, vampires don't typically make good allies unless you are immune from vampiric corruption, which obviously we are not going to be immune from that. So yeah, they don't really make great allies because they end up corrupting all your lands, and you end up with public order problems and suffering attrition and all sorts of things like that. So I don't know how useful that's going to be, but we'll have to play through the campaign and see. WOG has a chance to contain wyverns in all armies, so that's not bad. Research rate plus 20%, that's pretty good. Income from sacking settlements plus 25%, so that's not bad at all either. And our lord effects, leadership aurora size plus 75%, meh. Characters aurora leadership effect plus 8. I mean, I guess we're probably going to be fielding a lot of goblin units, especially early on. Yeah, my approach here is more than likely going to be to spam lots and lots of goblins because they're extremely effective. And army ability, Azhag's WOG replaces WOG. Okay. Alright, and of course we'll be playing on legendary. No legendary battle difficulty unless you're playing Three Kingdoms. Yeah, yeah, it should be interesting. The Greenskins should be a lot more fun to play now. I apologize for not getting this content out to you guys earlier. I played a little bit on launch day through this actual campaign. Got about like 30 or 40 turns in. And then the day after, like I said, I was planning to stream this series. But ended up with just a really vicious migraine on Friday. So I'm now recording this on the Saturday, and it should be on the channel on the Sunday after launch. So yeah, that's my story. I've been getting a lot of migraines lately. I'm not sure if it's the weather change or if it's the stress, or maybe it's I've been spending too much time in front of the computer. Just too much time indoors because of the lockdown. Who knows? But yeah, hopefully they will subside. Could be diet as well. Slaughterer. Anyway,
your mysterious iron hat has compelled you to march out from troll country into the mountains in search of richer lands to despoil. The local goblins have been lax, allowing the feeble men of Ostermark to secure a foothold here. Drive them out, and their remaining lowland provinces will be yours for the taking, as will all the realms of men. The nearby vampires surely sense the power of your crown, and could be open to an alliance, though such an arrangement goes against your baser instincts. Overrun their lands, if you prefer. To the south, the remnants of the Red-Eye tribe currently harass the Slayer King. Such a formidable and proximate Dowie should be watched, for he may soon become your problem too. The time of men and dwarfs is over, Azhag. The crown whispers desires of death and destruction, and you will oblige.
Alright, you finished? Alright, how they play. Wog. Unstoppable force that can be unleashed once your faction gains sufficient reputation. Also got Scrap now, and of course the Underway. Not going to read it through all that. I'm sure you guys are familiar with most of this stuff. You don't need me to coddle you through it. Chapter objective, pretty standard, sack 4 settlements, sack or raise 4 settlements. Alright, initial enemies. We should be able to take this on the first turn. Rak Ongor, so I'm going to start with, definitely want to get the gold mine built there. I'm probably going to build the walls here right away, the ditches, just to give the extra garrison, just to give us a little bit more freedom in movement, not worry as much about the rebellions. The other option, probably best to go with the pile of shiny stuff, but probably build that once we get it up to level 3. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't think we'll need it, and I think there we'll build the gold mine. But we're not gonna need it until, probably won't build it again until we get to level 4, or at least close to level 4. We're gonna want Blackworks. Then again, we may not even end up recruiting them from this province. I find it's better to have a specific province for your recruiting, and that particular building, it doesn't give us, yeah, it is basically just for your orc units and a little bit better archers, but I think the base goblin archers will be fine for our purposes. And yeah, there's just other stuff that we need to get built. For example, the boss camp. Well, we're gonna need the big bosses. We're gonna need the shaman's hut. We're gonna need the goblin tinkerer bench. You know what? I might actually might want to build that right away too, just to recruit some artillery and then. And then demolish it in favor of either defenses or more cash. Research wise, I think we want to go. Oh man, all 3 of these are really good. Campaign movement, reduction for upkeep for the goblin units, plus a little bit more missile strength and melee attack, and then the additional growth is useful too. I think I'm gonna go with we'll go faster. Campaign movement range. Start things off. And diplomacy before we get right into this. So we're only at war with Ostermark. Start things off. Now,
out with it! You won't live to the end. I hear you.
Get non-aggression. Usually, my typical strategy is to get non-aggression with people that I don't want to go to war with. Now, the red eye back here, kind of a. I'm not going to pay you guys for it. Yeah, I mean, more than likely we'll be able to confederate them at some point. But the general thing is here, the thing that we have to consider is that we are dangerously close to where the chaos first Chaos invasion is going to come. And so fighting with Kislev, probably a bad idea. As much as I'd like to get rid of them, take this territory, it's the territory that's going to be first in line for the Chaos invasion. So I think it's better to try and just leave them alone for now and let Chaos barrel into them first. And then fighting with Ostermark, though, is going to bring us out here into this province, I believe. So I don't want to get too far in here, but we'll have to, if that's the case, we're going to have to fortify over here and prepare for Chaos. So going south through the mountains and conquering this area is probably the safer bet. And then, of course, the vampires we have to consider as well. We don't want them to get too strong, and we don't want them corrupting the land as well. So anyway, let's just get into some fighting and see how things go. Because definitely the situations change dynamically for the most part. So we'll have to try and just react and try and make the best calls for the possible situation. But I mean, my basic thinking here is that we want to conquer through the mountains, like the mountainous territory, and just try and avoid Chaos when it does happen. But we'll see how much territory we can actually take before Chaos does actually show up. Alright, it says the odds are even. They don't really have much here, so we shouldn't have really any trouble with this. I know I didn't mention it earlier, but episode length is going to be in the ballpark of about an hour. I think that's become the standard on the channel. I feel pretty comfortable recording hour-long episodes, and I feel like it gets enough sort of gameplay in there for you guys to be to keep your interest. Alright, they should come to us because we've got artillery. That's what I think. We'll see what the AI does here. Just stretch out as much as possible.
Simon, this crowd talks.
Alright, let's see what happens here. I shouldn't have put you guys down here. I should have kept you on the high ground over here. It doesn't look like they're moving. Okay, let's move up here. Can let us. And let's circle around behind them, see if we can get a little bit of damage on some of the units with our spider riders. I don't know how long we're going to keep this unit. I don't find them particularly useful. Yeah, they're... Let's take a look at their stats, actually. Speed 70. They're not... Yeah, not super fast. Charge bonus pretty weak. Range 100 is not bad for cavalry, but 20 ammunition. How many units? 60. 20 times 60. Thing is, you're not going to be able to do a ton of damage with these guys. More of a unit. The fact that they have poison is a little bit useful. Once our artillery gets into position, we should be able to encourage them to come over here. Let's just see if we can get a couple of shots at these swords into their flank here a little bit, without drawing the attention of the crossbows.
Running!
drawing the attention of the crossbows. Could just try and waste some of their ammo here, but just trying to get some free shots in there. Guys almost in position. Guys are in position. Alright. If you can hit them, and guys continue harassing. Forward. Like they're separating. Oh, we got some magic here as well.
Let's go. You're the boss.
You get in there. Two of you should be able to take him on. You just distract those swords. Let's get in here. Find them.
Watch your watch.
What are our trolls doing over here? Alright, let's come in here.
Moving fast.
Crash into those spears. Let's see if we can break these guys, finish them off. Well, that didn't go too bad. I don't think we took too much damage. Duration 18 seconds. Not sure how long we're going to keep the orc boys around for. Same thing with the trolls and the spider riders. Definitely we're going to keep the rock globber. Be useful early on. Would like to get more of them though. I think we'll just occupy it. Only 600 gold, so I think it's worth it to damage everything, and yeah, that looks pretty good. We'll leave it like that for now. Alright, so we want to start recruiting. And we're going to start with piling up on goblin archers for now. The second stack that we built will be primarily, I think, the goblin spears. But we'll start recruiting them if the time comes. Actually, thinking I'm going to go with scouting initially. This additional magic item drop increase by 5% actually does really come in handy as far as really underrated skill, I think. Actually get a lot of additional items and things like that. Alright, I think it's actually quicker to come around this way. Yeah. But the problem is we've got to trespass on Kislev.
The bear roars at its enemies. I hear it.
Kislev.
I don't want non-aggression anyway. Yeah, we might be forced to go to war with Kislev. Alright, we'll see. Prefer to avoid them. But at the same time, we could just come up here and sack their provinces and loot and occupy it and just abandon it. It's another option. And the last thing I want to check before we end the turn here is what we've got for alright, good. Mushroom addicted. Thing is, it's not a good trait on Orc War Boss. Basically, the traits that I'm looking for our Goblin commanders is disciplined. Obviously, for that additional leadership and melee attack. For a general who's going to be commanding all goblins is going to be useful. Cunning. That additional ambush success chance, very good. Or mushroom addicted, but the mushroom addicted on the war boss is not necessarily going to be very good. So we'll just recruit this guy and just keep him handy for now. And we'll just rename him so that we know that he's available. So he'll most likely be the commander for our second stack, but we're going to disband him for now. We'll recruit him when the time comes because we don't want that additional upkeep cost for the supply lines. Once we get Azhag's stack full, we'll start working on a second stack. But yeah, passing up on a disciplined general we don't want to do right away. Alright, I think that's it. I think we can move on. But yeah, disciplined, cunning, or mushroom addicted. And the reason why we want either goblin shamans or the goblin big bosses as generals is because they have an additional trait that's not available for... Yeah, I think I am going to go with the walls here. Just to give us a little bit more flexibility for movement. Definitely don't want to lose the capital. The priority is making sure this stays intact. We need some more troops. Yeah, sorry. When I recruited that general, I meant to show you guys that trait, but I wouldn't mind. All right, well, we'll pick up this guy, even though not really necessary. But yeah, what I want to show you guys, the orc big bosses don't have the additional armor and melee attack for goblin units. It's very helpful. The Great Shaman, I think, is a little bit different with the goblin big bosses. I think it's still melee attack +6. This was nerfed as well. It used to be melee attack +12, but the orc big bosses don't give that for the goblins. And we're gonna want the goblin units just because they're so much cheaper than the orcs. These guys are a little bit expensive, the archers, but the rest of them, the goblin spears are much cheaper. And our second army is going to be comprised primarily of goblin spears. Alright, we should probably send you ahead to scout a little bit and see what the hell's going on down here. Where's the border? The border is there. We want to continue recruiting. This border is a little bit wonky. You know what? I guess we don't have to trespass. We can use the underway. I didn't even think of that. Maybe we will be able to...
Yeah, I'll hear you out.
Do we want non-aggression with these guys, or are we going to want to fight with them? I guess we should probably just work towards confederation. with the other orcs again.
Fooling no one.
I'll just leave it for now,
Kislev.
since
The
the
bear roars at its
relations
enemies.
are going up.
Me.
Rather get a little bit of cash out of them than get nothing at all. Another option that we could have done here is we could have kept this settlement as a settlement that we could just sack for a few turns and just get Azhag leveled up. Most important thing early on is getting your heroes and your lords leveled up as quickly as possible. But I think I want to lean towards more getting rid of our only enemy at the moment. And we could potentially use one of the settlements here as a sack settlement.
Azhag is here. Come on!
Military presence 3.
Use me!
Continue recruiting. The other advantage of the goblins is that you don't need a building to recruit these. So you can load up on them really, really quickly. And they're expendable, but very replaceable, very easily replaced. I don't think we're going to keep these guys along for too much longer. Because, I mean, you get basically 2 of these goblin archers for the trolls. Big guns will, I think the big guns will keep, though. Those will be a little bit useful. Once we get this built, that'll give us a little bit more money. Alright. Alright, go faster has been researched. The next thing I want to do is reduce the upkeep for our goblin units, give them a little bit better melee attack. And probably the growth. I think all 3 of those are really good things to start off with.
Feel the power!
Very presence of got armies here somewhere, or at least
Keep moving!
must be in the capital.
On.
We have enough. No, he doesn't have enough movement to get there. Alright, we will use the underway, just so we don't, don't trespass on Kislev. Don't want to get too close. There could potentially be an army up there. So we'll just, we'll be within range of the settlement. Come over here. We'll still be, we should still be in range, and we should be not in any danger of being attacked. Would have liked to continue recruiting this turn, but that's okay. Alright. Should have enough for that next turn. So we'll check.
Now.
Got here for diplomacy. Alright, non-aggression. I mean, if we decide we want to attack them, we can always cancel the non-aggression and then attack them. It's always an option. I don't think Kislev is going to want non-aggression with us.
I am true power.
Before we make this attack, let's just take a little bit of a look up here.
What you want?
Get.
The great green flows. Azhag is here.
Shit, I wanted him to be in this battle. I moved him a little bit too far. He's not going to be able to participate. Well, that's too bad. You're just going to have to go get some experience up here. So they're recruiting.
I will not obey.
The star flows.
We'll hold off on that. We should have enough money after the battle. I definitely want to get the shiny pit, and initially I think we'll wait. We won't use the growth here, we'll use it here. We want to get Karak Ungor built up quickly. Oh, let's come in here, and we'll have to fight it manually. Not a good balance of power for auto resolve, but I expect later on, once we get more armies in the field, we should be able to do a little bit more auto resolving, go through things a little bit more quickly.
Azhag ready. Stop it, I know.
I think we'll set up on this side. Yeah, there's more obstacles over here. Just set up over here.
Time for the slaughterer. Let's get some.
Goblins! Wah! Gotta kill 'em!
Alright, guys, just stay there, see if you can get vision on them. We're gonna have to move forward a little bit.
Azhag ready. All's well.
Got 2 units of crossbows. The swordsmen. Come around so we can get around and behind them. Same thing we did last time, just try and be a bit of a nuisance while the rest of our troops get into position. And just stay out of range of the crossbows. See if we can get some free damage in, basically.
Me is better than them!
Really want to fight. This tree is here, but he may have no choice. Kind of a cramped little map. One of the newer maps. It's fun because they shrunk the size of the statue of Sigmar. This used to be massive. It used to take up pretty much this whole freaking little island kind of thing in the middle of the map here. Yeah, kind of funny that they shrink the size of the statue. That's the thing. I mean, I've been playing a little bit of Three Kingdoms lately, and my goodness, just the size of the maps, the difference in the map is just ridiculous. How much smaller the maps in Warhammer are at times. One of the things I hope that they improve with Warhammer 3 is I hope that they make bigger maps. It would add a lot to the game. They are talking about Siege overhaul, which should be good for the game. I think it should be really good, but Not entirely sure. I'm a little bit skeptical. Not sure what it's going to look like. I think if you take a look at some of the newer siege maps that they've made in the recent updates, like the forts and the capital for the Yvres, take a look at those siege maps. I think it gives you a little bit of an indication of what the new sieges will look like, a little bit anyway. At least that, I think, is the direction that they're kind of headed in. I can just stay out there. Just stay out front. Let's keep moving. Maybe see what you can do against these. That hurt. Can't do anything against the crossbows here. It is definitely nice to have a cavalry unit to sort of harass their ranged units, but how practical using it is, I don't know. Especially these guys, they're just so freaking weak. I mean, let's go up there and help. Forward. And yeah. Collect them for 10 seconds and they're fucking toast. They can probably be disbanding that unit.
Let's get up.
What are we doing over here? Forwarding. Oh, look at this. Our freaking trolls are breaking. I guess that we're fighting spears there. Guys, just back up. Get into position.
Let's scrap! Alright!
Not a useful spell against regular units, but I don't really have much else from in the lines of magic, in the way of magic here for this, so we'll just make some use of our winds of magic. Oh, for fuck's sake. What are you guys doing?
Gonna kill him! Help me now!
Rush up! Flush it out! You're talking gibberish! Let's fight!
Moving fast!
Turned into a bit of a messy battle on my part, but I mean, not like we're fighting against an elite force here, so I think we'll still be alright. Oh, we just gotta break these archer units. Pretty good.
Goblins! Moving fast!
Just can't witness.
There we go. Oh, took a little bit more damage there and probably should have. I think I'm gonna get rid of these 2 units now. I think the time has come. Probably keep these work boys for now. Alright, do we want to... I think what we'll do is we'll sack it, and then we should have enough movement to occupy, and then we can start recruiting some new units. Just let it repair on its own. And Azhag, this is tough. I think I want to go down the blue line first. We'll definitely want to get Purple Son of Xerxes. Definitely want to unlock this. Unfortunately, we've got to get all of this stuff first, which is, I don't know, not too bad. But I don't want to sink points into the Goblin trade and the red line for him. I'm not sure what his army is going to look like. More than likely, he'll have an elite army and probably Blackworks, or probably Du Bois, what we'll end up putting points in. But for now, I think go down the blue line towards Lightning Strike and Mob Boss and Renowned and Feared. Super important. Ambush success chance is pretty good too, but I don't know if we'll have enough points for that. Alright, so income wise, you know what, I think I will keep these guys for a little bit longer. Just because we're not quite yet a full stack.
Use me.
We'll disband them once we start recruiting our next army, which will be pretty soon. How long turns till he's available, and 1 turn. So potentially start recruiting our next army. We want to outnumber them, and hopefully with 2 armies we can potentially draw them into a little bit of a
The great rain flows.
little bit of a trap.
We'll step on it.
Oh my gosh, critical failure has been wounded in the attempt. Alright, he's just wounded, so I think that means we'll come back. I'm not entirely sure, but I think so. That it's a little bit unlucky there, but oh well. So we'll hit Essen next. There's no army here. Our scout that just died, and start recruiting our secondary army next turn. Even though, I mean, cash-wise, we're not in great shape. Shit, you know what I should have done? I should have demolished the growth building there in favor of the pile of shiny stuff. Anywhere we can get extra income, I want to take advantage of that. Alright, so let's demolish that.
I am true power.
Don't like moving without a scout. Really prefer to auto-resolve, but we'll take too much damage, and if they bring that second army down against us, not super confident in these guys being able to win it for us. I mean, they're gonna do a good job, but they don't have any experience yet. And yeah, Azhag is not yet leveled up either, so could be a little bit more than we can handle. Take on a full stack. I'd like to get the numbers in our favor before we engage that army. Set up over here.
We is gobbos. Goblins. Gonna kill him! We is gobbos!
Good lines, gobos.
No wants ya.
This can go up front.
Begins. This crowd talks. Let's get some.
We is better than them! We is gobbos!
Getting anyone? Yeah, just basically use this guy as a scout, I guess.
Moving forward!
There we are.
False move.
Change our angle a little bit.
Running! Moving fast! Running!
Our artillery in range, just barely. That should trigger them to come at us.
Gonna kill him!
It's just nuisance for now.
Ready. Yeah. Oh baby.
Let's go! That's good! Gonna kill him!
The terrain a little bit uneven here. We'll try and take advantage of this little slope here.
We is better than them!
We have to move up it when they come at us.
Moving fast!
Not necessarily like we've got our artillery, but
Them! Mine! Yeah!
This crowd.
yeah, we should definitely get some different spells for Azhag.
Blacking!
Try and get him upgraded.
We is gobbos! Running! On it!
This crowd talks.
The lads are ready!
Scavenger. Don't get my back up.
Get scrapped!
Yeah, I mean these spider riders have been kind of useful a little bit.
Let's fight. Let's go. Yeah, let's fight.
We is gobbos!
It's not very effective, not very potent.
Begins. Scavenger wants to eat. Now, here has a spell. Smash him.
We is gobbos!
A little bit. Yeah. Definitely getting rid of the spider riders. The trolls, I mean, the trolls could be kind of useful, but...
Watch! Protect the enemy!
Moving fast! Running! Gonna kill him!
I mean, at least they're fast, the trolls. Somewhat fast.
Spider Ulrich's teeth! Retreat!
It's a pretty easy start for Azhag, though, for the most part. I mean, you're only fighting with Ostermark here, which doesn't seem like much of a threat. This full stack that we're gonna have to deal with, though, is gonna test us a little bit, especially since we're using these mediocre units. I'm gonna loot and occupy this one. I wasn't sure how much movement we had left, otherwise I probably would have sacked and occupied. That additional 25% that we are getting for sacking settlements is actually quite handy. So here we will build... we're definitely not going to be building this. I don't think we'll be using any of those units. Pile of shiny stuff. And alright, so 738. Let's get rid of you two.
I am true power.
More of these. We're gonna save this growth for Karak Ungor. It's tempting to build this up right now, but save it. I'm just debating whether or not we should bring our Night Goblin War Boss back right now, or if we should wait till next turn. Because we can't recruit more troops right away anyway.
Azhag is here.
Yeah, I think it's better we wait till next turn. Cash is a little bit tight. Might be useful. Additional speed for goblin units might be helpful. Might actually need that. 7 armor for goblin units. Plus 3 melee attack for goblin units. 5% speed. Charge bonus. Cost us 1,000 though. Money is not... Not like we got a lot of it right now. I'm gonna go with growth, and actually I am gonna recruit this guy right now. Just so that we can move, we can inch a little bit closer to them next turn. So it is costing us a fair bit.
You need help.
Okay, we'll do that. Damaged buildings can stay damaged.
Come before the clock. It is now. Welcome to mine realm.
Alright. I think that's the the Skaven are over here, I'm pretty sure. Which, if we want to consolidate this province, we're going to have to go to war with them as well. Which, the Skaven get pretty spammy in the early games, since in the recent updates, they build a lot of armies really, really quickly. So, could be a little bit of an issue. Alright, and we'll build the shiny stuff here too. Public order, gonna get a rebellion soon. Rebellion here, relatively soon too.
What is zogging it do you want?
Try and finish off Ostermark here. As soon as possible. Military presence 1. So they've moved their army outside of the settlement. By the looks of things. Really wish we had our scout here.
What you want? Great and powerful war boss. Boss of them night goblins. Who needs stabbing? Leaving.
I feel like their army is on the move here.
I'm well nasty.
Good. Now. No.
I'm just a little nervous that we might not be able to, gotta be fucking kidding me. Opportunity. Oh, man. Wow. That was close. Have we got an ambush there? Woo! That probably would have been the end of our army. Alright, so this puts us in a bit of a... Oh shit, he's stuck in their movement?
What is
Gotta be
zogging
effing
it
kidding
you
me.
want?
Shit. Azhag is here.
Night Gobbo war boss.
Shit. What do we got here? Mortars.
Boss of them night goblins.
Alright, well,
Moving out.
I don't think we really have any other choice. Fuck, I knew they had moved their army out there. I didn't expect them to come down here and go into ambush stance. I just wasn't sure how much movement they would have. I think we're pretty much forced that we have to fight them here. I mean,
Who needs stabbing?
I don't want to get this guy killed. Even if we were to lose here, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, it would be kind of a pain in the ass. The odds are slightly better now. The thing is, all of this experience that they got is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. Crossbows and Free Company Militia be a little bit of a pain. But I think this is a battle that we can win. Maybe. I mean, their most dangerous unit is the mortar, and we should be able to cheese the mortar, just waste its ammunition, and then try and hope that our goblin archers here will be able to do the job. Alright, I think I'm gonna go with 2 lines. Option here too is we could put them into checkered formation. If you guys have been watching Legend of Total War, he's been using a lot with all archer armies. But because we have a little bit of a front line here, I don't think we necessarily have to do that. These boys should be able to hold the line for a little while.
This is it.
We do have another here. I wish we hadn't lost our scout. Would have Could have potentially avoided this whole frickin' catastrophe of a situation. Alright.
We ain't governed!
Just concerned how long these guys are going to hold the line. Ideally, this engagement, I would have liked to have more troops before we end up fighting these guys. But this is going to have to do.
Nine Goblin War Boss!
Alright, let's see.
We is better than them!
See if we can burn up some of their ammunition here.
What you want?
What?
Alright, good. They're staying passive.
Azhag ready.
This is what we want.
I'm the best!
It actually might be a good idea for us to
Begin. Boys.
waste the ammunition of their crossbows as well.
War Boss!
Definitely the mortar, but if we could waste the ammunition of the crossbows, that'll hurt their balance of power quite a bit, and we should have an easy time with this. The only thing is these pistoliers and the Free Company militia. I'm just a little bit concerned of how much damage they might do to us here. But anyway, you two get out here and get ready to do some bullet dodging. Yeah, we don't have a lot of tools to work with as far as magic is concerned. Alright, let's just slow it down here for a minute. What do we got over here? Crossbows, cavaliers, for the Free Company, archers, crossbows. Do they have Free Company? Actually, I prefer you do this. Azhag's a little bit more
I'm ready!
valuable. Come over here to this side.
Faster.
Azhag, you stand there.
Faster. Stop it, I know.
The thing is, we might be able to start wearing this guy down a little bit with at least we've got Spirit Leech. Shit, did they hit him with that mortar? Not a big deal because it's not going to do that much damage.
Doing one!
Azhag.
Oh, what kind of close you got to get for this?
Mighty War Boss! Running! Nine Goblin War Boss! Let me at him! I'll sort it!
Let's get him. Faster. Let's go.
We didn't even get the spell off there, and we're in too close as it is.
Faster. Faster. Faster.
Oh boy, Azhag, you are not very fast.
This crown whispers. God's will.
Doing one!
Faster.
Running!
Crown says faster.
We shouldn't have both of you over here. This guy seems a little bit faster. So we'll let him handle this. I thought maybe we could wear down their general a little bit with Azhag, but the range on Spirit Leech is not quite as good as what I was hoping. Anyway, I apologize for this, guys. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but if we're gonna have a chance winning this battle, which we may still end up losing after this, this is probably the best way to go about doing it. Yeah. I mean, the other way that we could have gotten rid of this army is if we caught them inside the main settlement there. Probably would have been able to win fairly easily in a siege. But out in the field, until we get more troops in under our banner, then taking on a full stack is asking a little bit much for our goblin units. I mean, this is coming at a price too. We aren't dodging everything here. Wish it was a little bit faster. A bit more missile resistance wouldn't hurt right now. That is for sure. Gotta get a little bit closer to. I'm like, why is that archer unit not shooting? Don't really want to waste the 3 companies shots. God, why do they keep switching? The other thing is too, it'll hurt their balance of power a little bit too, wasting their ammunition, especially with the mortar. Like, why on earth they feel the need that they've got to shuffle their whole line here? It's so weird that the way that the AI organizes itself. This is something that goes back to the older Total Wars. You see it a lot in there's a bug in Empire Total War where your artillery, if you detach your artillery and then reattach it, then the AI just completely shifts its line. I don't like how much damage he's taking, but these units could do a lot of damage to us. A lot of damage. We definitely don't want to get this guy killed, though. I mean, there'll be more disciplined generals. I'd prefer to keep him alive. I'm actually really glad that we recruited him now this turn as well, because he may be the difference in this battle. We're taking all this damage on Azhag alone right now. I feel like our chances would be not so good. God damn it, stop shifting your damn line. So we're definitely going over the hour mark here, guys. I apologize. Guess I could have left this battle for next time, but just kind of wanted to get it out of the way right away. Leaders, for whatever reason, don't want to shoot him. As soon as the mortar's out of ammunition, I think we're free. I think the crossbows, their ammunition's wasted. The archers are not as big of a deal because their range is a lot shorter. I mean, they'll still be able to do some damage to us. But I think well, we've got just about the same range with our archers. So they won't be as threatening necessarily. The thing is, though, their line, they've got a lot of swords. Just don't know how long our line is going to hold up against that. Alright, mortar is done. Let's move back. Organize this a little. Yeah, these orc boys are not going to hold very long. I'll try and split it up a little bit so that it takes them a little bit longer to get into our line. So let's move over to this little hill here. So we'll need him to get some work done here still, even though he is damaged quite a bit. They still have some more ranged units, but I don't think it's worth it for us to sit here and waste more time trying to get rid of them. Plus, I think we've blunted them enough. The important thing was getting rid of the mortar fire. The crossbow is helpful, and the taking out some of the archer fire too will be helpful. Oh shit. Left you behind. Let's just hope this formation see us through this. If we lose here though, they'll probably finish us off during the end turn, my guess. Just gotta get their attention with our artillery and they should charge at us. I want to come down too far though. I'd like to take advantage of the slope a little bit. I don't know if it's a good idea to be so close to the border of the map, because once our units start to route there, they'll be off the field in a hurry. Might be better keep us further from the border so that at least they have the chance to come back. I mean, they're probably going to route pretty quickly. Things start to go south. All right, here we go. Shoot at that blob over here. We're grouped up a little bit more over there.
Let's get some.
Gonna kill him!
I'm ready. You talking gibberish?
Let's scrap! You're the boss! Nice one! Let's do
Guys
this!
getting any hits at all?
I've got this!
I'm gonna kill him.
Shit! No, no, no. Damn it.
I'm ready.
Fuck. That's not a good sign. I missed with the casting there.
Oh, says yes.
Running!
Yeah.
Yeah! Fight for more!
Contact faster. Let's have some. Over there.
Nine Goblin War Boss! Get him!
Get it out.
We're really
Russia.
asking our goblin archers to do a lot of work here. Let's hope they're up to it.
Kill every stinker! Ride him! Go in
I don't know if it was wise to send him in there.
Eat them snots!
Pagans are going down pretty quick.
Let's scrap! Devil! Who wants it? Get out of Reddit! Stick up!
Diggers!
Gobbo war
You're
boss!
not winning there.
This crowd talks.
We ain't gobbos! If Gork wants it! Stab him!
Oh boy, I don't know. No.
Gonna kill him!
I'm gonna get up.
Let's get him!
All back to there.
We is gobbo!
Let's get back.
Warden!
Alright, I think we're doing okay.
Stab
I don't want you to get too involved here. I guess take out those free company. Just stay in reserve.
This crowd whispers. Yeah, boys!
Running! Goblins! Moving fast!
You guys focus fire on him. Actually, you guys focus fire down there. You guys over here. Focus on him. Take him down, and I think we've got it.
Come on, lads!
Shoot down there.
I'm the best!
Fuck, I got these guys all bunched up.
We is goblins!
Where's the square?
Oh, hells yeah.
What's up?
Whew.
Let's scrap!
I think we owe this victory to Legend of Total War for using his formation and his cheese tactics. Wasting the ammunition. I think had we not taken the time to waste their ammunition, I don't think we would have won there. Here. Close victory, but I'll take it for sure. Our front line really took a beating there. We may have to replace these guys, but at least we managed to get the victory. And if we can finish these guys off now as well, then there's nothing really standing between us and their capital. I think I'm definitely going to take the replenishment here, because we want to wipe this army out.
This way.
Banner gain, banner of swiftness. Pennant. Alright, cool. Well, we're over the hour mark, so thank you very much for watching, guys. Part 2 will be next. The epic conclusion here for Ostermark. But really see no difficulty. I think that battle was our was their one chance to really really push us back, and I think we should be able to finish them off next turn, or actually this turn, next time. What I meant to say. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Ragnarok signing out.